What's up everyone, Lion Roar here, and it is time to test out the Shark Lady. So in my last video for Bloodline, I summoned for the Crooked Fins clan, decided that I wanted to level up the female. I talked about what traits I wanted and how I wanted the build to be, and today we're going to see how she actually performs. But first, download Bloodline Heroes of Lithas, a mobile RPG action fighting game where you can marry your champions to create new and unique hybrids. Use the link in the description to start with some free stuff, including gold and diamonds. See you hopefully soon. Alright, so I was able to get the female up to 13 stars before I ran out of fodder for her. Could I push her to 15? Yeah, probably, but I'm not going to do that for this video. I just want to see how she does before I decide if I'm going to throw all my resources into her. And just a reminder of the traits. I did talk about this more in my other video, but for this video, I settled on focused, steadfast, brutal, and honorable. Since I couldn't get her above 13 stars, I think steadfast will help to keep her alive, but I did want that to be ambitious, not steadfast. I just got really unlucky for some reason, and I just couldn't get ambitious to land. So we're going to run with this. Let's jump into the arena first. First up, I'm going to take my 62 million power team against their 60 million power team. In most scenarios, I should win this one. But my big question is, how does she perform at equal levels? If the team can't win with her equal levels, then that's a big red flag to me. Now, she's going to eat one of the hoes here, which I think is fantastic. That's exactly what I want from her. I mean, she's being very disruptive. The animation is so much fun. Alright, now we see if we can take out this last guy here. Who they only have in here to just be a nuisance, basically. And then we gotta wait around to kill him, so it's that... it's that male Lux effect. I'm gonna speed this up because he is the only guy left, so we want to try to take him out here. It's actually, kind of obnoxious when there's one just really tough to kill character that's not really doing much to the board but isn't dying, and then you've actually got to wait for the shark animation to, like, you got to wait for her to spit him out, basically. So it actually just makes the match take a little bit longer. So I'm not sure that you necessarily want to take her against matches that have, well, especially like the Galabars, but I mean any type of, I mean, female Quietus Gordon, that was a male, but like the female never dies, so you really just make the match go longer there and you're risking timing out. Now let's see if she can punch up a little bit. We're going to go up against a team that has 11 million more power than I do. I think if I win, it's not going to be because she's dealing any damage, but because she's being disruptive. I did line her up there to where I want her to try and go after that male Water and Sun. Again, it goes after the hero who's furthest in the back. It looks like he might be, so I'm really hoping that's what happens here. Ooh, she got him! Yes! And now she's taking on the hoe back there, too. That was nice. That was really nice. Okay, so she spits him out, and then she goes off again, and... did she get him again? That was good! And she punched up. Okay. Yes, I like that. Alright, so now we just got to finish off their Devala, and we're good. Let's take a look at the stats. I'm just curious. Yeah, she's not here to deal damage. She's here to be disruptive, and you're just not going to be able to get a lot of damage out of her, but that's why you need just a powerhouse like the male Water and Sun here. That was a male Water and Sun mirror match, and she controlled him really well. Look at their male Water and Sun. Not dealing as much damage as you would expect from a male Water and Sun. All right, I'm going to punch up till I can't punch up no more. So Neosifer is who I'm facing off against here, and I have a really hard time beating him regularly without powering down one of my champs. She's going to die immediately. Yep. So she was not able to hold up in this particular match right here. I was really hoping she'd be able to control their male Sophos in the back. And, well, this one's a scrap. I'm just going to put on the X2 because if I win, it's because of my other 4 heroes and not because of her. So she does need to be at least somewhat on level with the other champions. So I'm just having some fun, and I want to see what happens when I go 2-on-5. And I've got my own male Water and Sun. Notice it is my weaker male Water and Sun. It's not my maxed out one. And I've got her. I'm going to try to use her to disrupt their male Water and Sun and see if my lonely one can just kind of win on its own. All right, let's see what happens here. All right, mine goes off immediately. So that should help to keep her alive. Yes! Oh, and I was underpowered in this one. I'm at 18 million, they're at 21 million. Oh, fantastic. All right, so we've just got to finish off their female Lionstone here. I'll put it on X2. Okay. Of course, my male Water and Sun probably did all the damage. She did more than I thought she would. That's interesting. Now let's try a Valley of Conquerors matchup with her on my best team. And I am way underpowered compared to the team I'm about to take on. So we're going to see if she can punch up at all in this kind of format, or if I'm just going to get blown away here. If I win, it's probably not because of her. But I want to see if her disruptive elements get back there and take care of the male Water and Sun in the back. Oh, nope. She picked the wrong one. She picked the one that I didn't want her to pick. But taking out one champion from the other team might actually help us to control their male Water and Sun over there too, though. All right, look at that. Okay, nice, nice. Actually, this is working out. You know, even though she didn't go after their male Water and Sun, she did delay what another champion was doing enough to allow me the time to work on him and some of their other champions, which was nice. Okay, that was good. Let's see some of the stats on this one. I mean, she's not doing much damage, but that's not really why she's here. She's here to really control certain elements of the board. So I think that she's serving that purpose. And I think that, you know, if you know you're just not going to get a lot of damage out of her and you're okay with that and you want to load her up with survivability traits, that's probably a way to go with her. I think synergy is going to be the key with this one. Now, I put her on my top team in Sails and Sabers to see if she can have an impact this way. I really want to see her swallow up their male Water and Sun. Let's see if she can do that here. All right, and she goes off. And nice, nice, nice. That was awesome. That's exactly what I wanted her to do. But do note my team was much more highly leveled than the other team there. So while she did exactly what I wanted her to, I'm not sure that she was the reason I won. Now let's see how she does against a raid boss. And quite honestly, I don't expect her to do much because she is so underpowered compared to the other champions I have on the team here. But I am curious to see how much she does control the raid boss, which I think could be important. Now, I'm leveled so highly in all the other ones, I don't typically have champs that die. I'm actually curious if she's actively hurting my team here. Because when she does swallow him up, you can see everybody stops attacking when that happens. Do you see that? So I feel like I'm not dealing damage right now. Actually, I know I'm not dealing damage right now. So this is making me think she is probably actively bad for raid bosses. I mean, unless you're like a lower level type of player who has champions that die, frequently, maybe you want to have that kind of like banish effect. It's the similar type of effect that male Lux has. But I'm not sure I want this, because every time her special goes off and she eats him, look, I am losing out on so much damage from the other champions as compared to I just went with literally any other hero. Now, she's doing a little damage on her own, but it's just a little bit. Like, let's take a look. She actually did more damage than I expected. You can see it's a little bit. It's just a tiny sliver. It's more damage than I expected, but she is taking away from the other champs that are there to deal more damage. So I don't think that she's useful against the raid boss. Now, one thing I was curious about, lastly, is whether or not she can swallow the dragon in Eyes of the Abyss. And wow, it looks like she does. That kind of surprises me. Now, I noticed I had done more damage in Eyes of the Abyss than I usually do, and I was wondering if that's because of her. But I don't know why it would be. So, see, she swallows him. She's doing a little damage, but it's when the dragon is free that I'm dealing most of the damage, not whenever she has him in her mouth. So I don't know how she could possibly be what's causing more damage after I put her in, because she's really just pausing the match a bit. But maybe what that's doing is just keeping my team alive longer? I don't know. I really don't know. Because while she's in his mouth, notice how Male Water and Sun keeps going. I just don't think that he's dealing damage, though, whenever the dragon's in her mouth. But I'm trying to watch carefully to see if I can see that. I mean, maybe. I don't know. There's definitely still damage happening, but part of me just thinks that's her. And it's just a little bit of damage. So, alright, well, that's enough of that. I think that she's proven to be an impactful character on the board. She probably is the best warrior up to this point, in my opinion. I still don't think the warriors are reaching the level of the mages, for example. But she's fun. She has a really cool animation. She seems to be very good in certain circumstances. And what those circumstances are is if there's an opponent on the other side of the battlefield that's really difficult to deal with, or you just need to like pause for a few seconds so your team can take control of the board. That's really good. But there's two scenarios that I wouldn't really take her. And one of those is if you have a character on the other side of the board who's got a lot of longevity, like they might time the match out, like the Galabars or the female choir discordant. Yeah, you might just contribute to timing the board out. So there is that. And then, you know, the other thing is just on like the raid boss or in the expeditions against the boss there. Really, all you're doing is just delaying the amount of damage you can do. So I wouldn't recommend her in those cases. But she's an interesting piece. She's a tactical piece. She's one you really got to think about who you're pairing with on your teams, and positioning. Positioning, I think, is going to be really important. Working around, make sure your other heroes are in the correct spots and that she's in a spot where she's not going to just die right away. Obviously, she's going to shoot to the back, whoever's furthest in the back. So that doesn't really matter unless they're kind of even, in which case I did try a little positioning on the right and the left there just to hopefully get her to take out the hero that I wanted her to. But I don't know if I was having a lot of impact on that. But yeah, she's an incredible hero. I don't know if she's gonna slot in though, very much just because a lot of people haven't really worked on leveling warriors or their equipment or the Guardian Stone and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think that she could have a place on a top team, like a main comp, but I'm not there quite yet. I need to play around with her a little bit more, but I'm not saying no today. So there is that. So if you enjoy videos like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification, and I will catch you in the next one.